Hi, this is Munson from Munson Music. I want to talk about how you can play a song called Hitori Bocchi. And we're going to start off with kind of our intro progression on an E minor chord. When we play E minor, first finger goes to the A on the second fret, second finger on the D string second fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds an E minor chord and it sounds really sad. Now you may also want to think about adding in the third finger on the B string third, pinky on the high E third, and kind of working that for your E minor. It's kind of an E minor 7 idea. And then from the E minor, we'd be going to an F major chord. When we play F major, we'll talk about some easy options here, but normally you do this as a first fret bar, second finger on the G second, third finger on the A third, pinky on the D third, kind of working that for your F major. Or if you're kind of starting out, you could use something called an F major 7, where you do first finger on the B string first fret, second finger on the G second, third finger on the D third, kind of strum the D string to the high E string to kind of get your clear sound on that chord. Or you might even want to consider an F major 13 for this song, where you do first finger on the G second, second finger on the D string third, third finger on the B third, pinky on the high E third, kind of working that for your F. It's kind of an F major 6-9 or F major 13. And then from the F we'll be going to a C major chord. When we play C major, first finger goes to the B string first fret, second finger on the D string second fret, and third finger on the A string third fret. And if you strum the A string to the high E string, that sounds a C major chord and it sounds really, really happy. Now while you're on C's in general, it can be kind of cool to lift off the first finger, make that a C major 7. Or you could add in the pinky on the B string third for a C major 9 and kind of say some things around the C chord. Or another way to play C major 9 is to do first finger on the D second, second finger on the A third, third finger on the B string third, pinky on the high E string third. And if you kind of strum the A string to the high E string, that sounds a C major 9. It sounds really, really groovy, happy. And then from the C, actually, then we gotta repeat that for our intro part. Kind of our E minor, F, C, C, E minor, F, C, C. Now, there's a couple different strumming options you may want to think about through the song there. You could kind of work it as an 8 down count, actually, and this is a little weird. You could do kind of an E minor for 4, F for 4, and then C for 8 is kind of the idea. So we're kind of halving those first two chords. E minor 2, 3, 4, F 2, 3, 4, C 2, 3, 4, C 2, 3, 4, kind of working that feel. Or you could use a strum pattern. And one of my favorite strum patterns for a 4/4 like this is down, down, up, up, down, up. So you took the E minor and just tried that a lot. You'd have down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, up, down, up. So we're going to work that through that intro. The E minor and the F, we kind of half that pattern. So you could do just a down, down, up on each of those chords. F, down, up, and then do the whole pattern on the C. This would be really slow for the tune, but it would be cool if you're just starting out with E minor, down, up, F, down, up, C, down, up, down, E minor, down, up, F, down, up, C, down, up, down, up. Now another strum pattern that feels really good through the tune is actually kind of a variation of a 16th note strum pattern. And if you want to play around with this, normally, what I mean by that is if you're kind of tapping your foot to the beat, right now we're dividing it into 2 parts with our down, down, up, up, down. 1, 2, 1, 2, and that's called an 8th note. What a 16th note is where you divide into 4 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And one of my favorite 16th note strum patterns is a long down, 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 up, up, down, down, up, down, up. And so we took the E minor and just tried that a lot. You kind of start out with kind of a down for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 on the first beat. Then on the second beat, you do a down on 1, down on 3, up on 4. So you'd be going 1, 2, 3, 4, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up. And then on the third beat, you do an up on 2, down on 3. So you're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, up, down, 1, up, down, 1, up, down. And then on the last beat, you go down, up, right along with the 1, 2, 3, 4. So down, up, down, up, down, up, down, 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 up. All together, you'd have down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, down. Now the weird part is the E minor and the F are kind of half, so you may want to do a long down, 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 up on those 2 chords, and then do the whole pattern on the C. Down, 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 up, up, down, up, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, 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 down. So we tried that through the intro. You could kind of half the E minor F2, so you have down, 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 up, F, up, down, up, down, up, C. We'll be going into our first verse, and we kind of repeat that same idea until the very end of the phrase, and we kind of half an E minor to F, and then we go back to E minor, kind of our whole strum pattern, and then we go to a G major chord. And the way you play G major, first finger stays on the A string 2nd fret, second finger on the low E string 3rd fret, and third finger on the high E 3rd fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds like G major chord, and it sounds really happy. Now you may also want to think about putting the third finger on the B 3rd, pinky on the high E 3rd for a G major. I'll work at that. So in the last part of that phrase, you could kind of half it with kind of the E minor, F, and then your whole pattern with the E minor, down, G, down, up, down. Or if you're digging on the 16th pattern, you have E minor, our pre-chorus part, and we start out on our F major, and then we go to E minor, and then we go to G major, and then we go to an A minor chord. We play A minor. First finger goes to the B string 1st fret, second finger on the D 2nd, third finger on the G string 2nd fret. And if you strum all those together, it sounds an A minor chord, and it sounds really sad. Now while you're on A minors in general, it can be kind of cool to lift off the first finger and make that an A suspended 2nd, or add in the pinky on the B string 3rd for an A suspended chord and kind of say some things around the A minor. Or you may want to think about lifting off the third finger, making that an A minor 7. Or you could add in the pinky on the high E string on the 3rd for an A minor 7. Or you may want to think about an A7 sus, where you do first finger on the D 2nd, second finger on the G 2nd, third finger on the B 3rd, pinky on the high E 3rd, kind of work that for your 3rd. It's kind of an A suspended chord. And then from the A minor, we kind of half that chord with a B flat major. There's a couple different ways you could do this. You could do it as a 1st fret bar, and then normally you do 2 on the D string 3rd, third finger on the G 3rd, pinky on the B string 3rd. It's kind of a B flat major chord, kind of on the D, G, and B. Or you could ignore this chord actually and play a G instead, because they do this in the second chorus slightly different. Or you could do a B flat major 7, where you do bar on 1st fret, second finger on the G 1st fret or 2nd fret, third finger on the D 3rd, pinky on the B string 3rd for a B flat major 7, which would be very, very hip and jazzy. Or you could use a smaller B flat major, where you do first finger on the high E 1st fret, third finger on the G 3rd, pinky on the B string 3rd for kind of a B flat major. Or you could use a B flat 5 power chord, where you do the first finger on the A string 1st fret, third finger on the D string 3rd fret for the B flat, and kind of make it a smaller deal. So it's kind of that A minor, kind of halving with the B flat. And then we go back to our F major for our whole pattern, and then we go to an A minor and an E minor, kind of halving, and then we go to a D major chord. Then we play D major. First finger goes to the G 2nd fret, second finger on the high E 2nd fret, third finger on the B string 3rd fret. You strum the D string to the high E string, that sounds a D major chord, and it sounds really happy. Now while you're on Ds in general, it can be kind of cool to lift 2 and make that a D suspended 2nd, or you could add in the pinky on the high E 3rd for a D suspended chord and kind of say some things around the D. And in the bass part of that point, you'll kind of hear an F sharp note on the D chord, and so that F sharp note would be on the low E on the 2nd fret, kind of getting added to that chord. So you could take the D and then take your thumb and put them over the low E string on the 2nd fret and make a D slash F sharp, or a D major with an F sharp in the bass. Or you could readjust the fingers and do first finger on the low E 2nd, second finger on the G 2nd, third finger on the high E 2nd, pinky on the B string 3rd, kind of same notes, different way. Or you could even use something called a D sus slash F sharp, where you do first finger on the low E 2nd, second on the G 2nd, third finger on the B 3rd, pinky on the high E 3rd for kind of a D slash F sharp idea. And then from there we do a big hit on the F, and then we go back to our C major and kind of pick up our pattern at the very end of the pre-chorus. So we tried that way with just the down, down, up, down, up. You'd have the F, down, up, down, up, G minor, down, up, G, down, up, A minor, B flat, F, A minor, E minor, C slash F sharp, F, and then we kind of pick it back up on our C, at the very end. Or if you're digging on the 16th pattern, you'd have the F, minor, G, A minor, B flat, F, A minor, E minor, E slash F sharp, F, and then we pick it back up on that last C, kind of down, and then from there, then we go into our chorus parts, just like our intro. Now, one other thing I think about adding to the song though is bass notes. And a lot of times on that first down of the down, down, up, you could throw in a bass note for the chord. So on the E minor, you'd have low E for the bass. On the F bar, you'd have low E for the bass. On the C, you'd have the A for the bass. On the F major, so you'd have the D for the bass. On the A minor, you'd have the A for the bass. And on the E minor, you'd have low E for the bass. On the B flat major, you'd have the A for the bass. And on our D major, we'd have D for the bass, unless you're doing the D slash F sharp, in which case you have the low E string for the bass. So we could kind of try that little piece of the intro with a bass down, up, and have E minor, F, C. It's kind of our chorus, I think. E minor, F, C. Or if you're digging on the 16th note pattern, you could add basses to that and make it a bass, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, bass, bass, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, or bass, bass, down, down, up, bass, down, up, down, up. That'll be cool variations. So you have E minor, F, C, E minor, F, C. And then from there, we'll be going into our next verse. So we tried that with a bass down, up, we'd have E minor, F, C, E minor, F, C, E minor, F, C, E minor, F, E minor, G. Or if we tried that with the 16th pattern, we'd have the E minor, F, C, E minor, F, C, E minor, F, C, E minor, F, E minor, G. And then from there, then we'll be going back into our pre-chorus part. So we tried that with a bass down, up, and there's this little variation where from the A minor, instead of going to the B flat, if you're playing a solo, you probably want to go there. But in the recording, you'll kind of hear where the G is getting played in the low E, so you may want to go with the G chord there too. So you'd have F, E minor, G, A minor, G, F, A minor, E minor, D slash F sharp, it's a big F, and then we pick it back on our C. Or if you're digging on the 16th pattern, you could have F, E minor, G, A minor, G, F, A minor, E minor, D slash F sharp, F, and then we pick it back up on our C chord. Kind of variant. Now, there are lots of other ways that you could kind kind of mix this up actually. From there we go back into our chorus part. So you could do that with just the bass down up, kind of, or bass down up, down up, E minor, F, C, E minor, F, C. So if you know other licks around these chords too, you'll be able to kind of try and throw them in too. That might be kind of a cool thing to kind of mix it up a little bit and make it your own. Or we can do it on the 16th pattern. Basically, we were repeating that until the end. But you really did this cool little piano tag to the song where you could play first on the B string, second on the G string, and then do those notes again, kind of like 1, 2, and then we go to 3 on the B string, and then first fret on the B. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1. And you could even back that up with bass notes, kind of an open E, and then 1, 2, and then first fret on the low E string for the other 1, 2. And then the 3, and then play the third on the A string for the first fret on the B. So it might be kind of a cool way to kind of end the tune. I'm kind of doing that hybrid picking, so I'm using my pick for my bass and then fingers to kind of play the other notes, but you may want to play around with that too. It might be a cool way to kind of end it, or even working those notes around the chords. F, and then C. You might want to play around with that too. But that's the basics of how you could strum through Hitori Bocchi. So good luck.